Alright, this is a place where it differs from HTML to CSS. The text of a tag isn't the style at all. So just imagine CSS refers to the style, not the content.
Right. So font size?
Yep.
That'd be in the text. Is text a tag itself?
Text is not a tag itself, it's a property. And you see how CSS equals, in quotations, some CSS stuff?
Oh yeah.
Later on in the same tag you can go text equals or value equals. It's another property.
Did I lose the green somewhere?
Yep. I'll show you where your problem is.
Right.
This tag here is still inside of here, but since this stuff under here is not tabbed over one compared to where this tag is, so really it should have been like that.
Alright.
And you still have another problem. You can't see it on this page right now. See how CSS equals quotation marks?
I need the quotation.
Oh yeah, you could see it on this page, sorry. Yeah. So you're missing a quotation mark.
Cool. Now this stays in the same.
Yep. You can. There's two blank lines there you can delete.
Is that affected?
As long as it's in line, if it's alignment. No, having the two lines underneath doesn't matter as long as there's a couple tabs on each line. Wait, well before you go anywhere, because you'll notice the black text with the yellow background is no longer the same font size.
Oh yeah.
There's something specific about CSS when there's multiple words. I taught the other day that, say for an example here, font size, and the second, every word except for the first one is capitalized. This is the JavaScript way.
Oh, I forgot the capital.
Yeah, you forgot the capital, but that's not as important as something else.
So,
You actually need a dash. This is the CSS way.
oh yeah.
Wherever there's two words or more than one word, there's a dash between it. And then to convert it into the JavaScript way, because JavaScript doesn't allow dashes,
Oh yeah.
you have to remove the dash and capitalize the next word. So this doesn't even have to be capitalized, the S. So it's not in CSS, which is like a language of its own. It's the same name as font size down here, but in the CSS way, between the words there's a dash. And in the JavaScript way, the dash is taken away and it's capitalized. But in the ML script way, you can add a space. Oh, that doesn't work.
Cut.
Oh,
Nice.
sorry, in the English way, I only set this for the English way. You gotta actually go change the font size, and then it's looking for the word to. So if you use the English version, you can have it with a space between, and you don't have to worry about capitalizing or whatever. Later on I'll incorporate this feature into the CSS. But continue on adding more CSS stuff. But it's kind of one rule in the CSS is the dashes when there's multiple words. That's one thing you gotta watch out for. But that's about as complicated as it gets.
There's no spaces there, or does that matter?
Spaces are allowed, but doesn't matter. If you want to add a space after every semicolon, just so it's easier to read, sometimes I do that. But it's not necessary for the language itself to read it. Or the browser.
So I could do that, you're saying.
Yeah. If it makes it easier to read for yourself.
Text, that's the one you say you don't.
Yeah, that's right. It's content, not style. So really the web browser has three main features.
Okay, oh, I need a. One of those there, right? Yeah.
Browser has CSS for styling, HTML for declaring content, and JavaScript for manipulating it all.
Too bad I couldn't hit return. See that?
Well, if you like, you could maximize it. Or let me go to the maximize button for you.
Cool.
And then if you want to look at your project, just right click on project like that, or like the drag bar,
Yeah.
or left click it to push it to the forward, right click it to push it back. So then,
So you can do both clicks up here.
yeah, avoid going right to the top. Actually, you can probably do it even on the text pad,
Oh yeah.
which sometimes causes problems when you want to get to the right click menu. So it's supposed to have disabled that feature in the text, but
Another time, eh?
the Canadian version of color is not in the CSS spec. So if you actually no, you can use it. That's an ML script enhancement. So you can use the American way or the Canadian way, but if you look online for color in CSS, you're not going to find it. But if you look for color the American way,
Sorry. Does the extra letter make a difference in the code? Like, does that add an extra bit, or in the grand scheme of things, does it all get converted anyways?
well, in the source file, this file itself, it'll add an extra byte or extra character. But before it executes it, it converts it to the JavaScript version, or the CSS version in this case, which just turns color, O-U-R, to color with just O-R. So, in the grand, it doesn't, wherever you have the word color, it'll be the,
Is that right for margin left?
yep, but you'll need censors multiple words in it. There's something you're missing.
Like that?
Yep.
And the capitals don't matter?
No. You've already changed the font size.
Oh.
It won't be a glitch if you do it twice, but just to let you know.
So I gotta do an end of statement? No.
No, that's just for the JavaScript type section. because JavaScript normally ends with a semicolon,
Aye.
but I told it to end with a period.
Aye.
Okay.
Let's see.
You don't have to reload it. It's automatically reloading now whenever you type stuff in the editor, thanks to Ben with his suggestion. So it seems to be looking the same.
How do I get the?
You got to restore.
Oh, I got minimizes.
Yeah, not minimize, but restore. Go up slowly.
Aye.
So if you change some properties in the CSS, you should see the effect now. Like you've put it to the same exact thing,
Yeah.
so it's hard to see the changes that are happening. But let's say we change some of these things, you'll notice
Aye.
now the shadow's way off. Or if you change the color to, you know, blue, now the text blue. See how it still works the same?
Yeah.
Maybe erase some of those. You can do the same for the
These
left
are-
and right sides. The left column has nothing but styles in it, so
Let's see that. Background's one word.
yep.
What? Oh, fuck.
Here, let me close that. That's the built-in debugger for Internet Explorer.
I guess I'm gonna tell. What else do we left? Height.
Just to explain to our audience, the project on the right is flashing because every time he types something, after half a second, it'll refresh the project for him automatically. Like I was saying earlier, Ben actually suggested that as a faster way than hitting F2 to refresh the project. So that's why you see it flashing every time he's changes something to the text file.
So that's correct now?
Yep, you'll see that your project looks exactly the same as it did a little while ago, much less lines now.
Yeah.